All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome. Are you guys feeling good today? Yes or no? Yes. Great. Okay, this is the 100 plus challenge, and we asked you to send in your entries. We were expecting about 9,000 entries, but it so turns out that 15,000 people sent in their entries, and you guys are the chosen lucky ones, which means you should give yourselves a big round of applause. Well done. Well done. What's on grabs today? What's for grabs today is 5 lakh rupees for the winners. Second place gets 3 lakhs, and the third place gets a round of applause. No, they get 2 lakhs. Okay, great. Okay, 2 lakhs. And if I'm right, there are about 8 or 10 teams over here from different colleges. So yeah, you get about 10 minutes to present, and then there's going to be a Q&A session for 8 minutes. All right, now my name is Danish. I'm going to be hanging around in and out. I'm clearly not from ABInBev. All right, Ratika, welcome.
Thank
Please
you. That's
over.
cute. All right, hi everyone. How are you? What exactly is the 100 plus challenge? So the basic gist of it, it's a case competition launched by ABInBev. As a part of this competition, you had to create an innovative brand for the organization, which specifically utilizes locally sourced Indian ingredients, which end up making a positive impact on the environment and the communities. And hence, the underlying theme for the 100 plus challenge remains to be sustainability. We are very excited to see you come up with ideas which positively impact the communities and the environment. So before we get started, so not only do we have people from ABInBev India, but we also have people joining us from our China team, which is our APAC zone. And then we also have an external jury member who's special to a lot of you. I can bet on that. So starting with Rod. Rod, do you mind saying like a quick hello to everyone?
Hello, everybody. Great to be here. My name is Rod. I'm the head of logistics for APAC. So good luck for all of you.
All right. Then we have Vineet in the room with us.
Hello, that's a very glorious introduction. Thank you for that, Kratika. My name is Vineet, and I'm excited to see some amazing ideas today. And yes, I'll not be giving extra points to Accelerate Jamshedpur, wherever the teams are here. But I'm really excited to see some amazing ideas coming from you guys from the field of non-alcoholic and alcoholic. So yeah, thank you once again for having me on the jury. Yeah.
Next up, we have Tanvi.
Thank you so much, Kratika, and thank you, Danish. Very, very excited to see all of you. Super, super happy to see that fantastic t-shirts that you guys are wearing with 100 plus. Looks like you're already part of ABInBev. Good luck for today. Thank you.
Next up, we have Ashwin.
Thank you, Kratika. Thank you, Danish. And probably a message for all of you. I think me and a lot of us are truly looking for that authentic brand you can bring out here without compromising anything at all on the sustainability aspect. So I am actually looking forward to which team can bring out the best on that. All the best.
All right, next up, we have Rama.
Well, thank you, Kritika. Whenever ABInBev asks me to do something, I jump at the opportunity, not just because Bangalore has nice weather, but because there's just so much energy, intellectual energy, as well as social energy, and I think it's a wonderful people. So today it's actually extra special because we're going to see the best of what Gen Next brings. I'm a little envious that my school is not here, but maybe there's a lesson for us to take back. So fantastic. I'm looking forward to learning, and I'm really looking forward to having a very good day. So good luck to all of you.
We also have Iggy in the room with us.
It's amazing to be here. My second trip actually to this India office. I was mesmerized by the energy and the excitement the last time I was here. And I know it'll be even better, right? The 100 plus challenge is an amazing thing to do together. We have distinguished, right, guests as well, external, as well as internal. It's a great opportunity to see all these initiatives together. So very happy to be a juror today.
We have Wouter join us as well.
So no, I think talent attraction is always as well at the heart of our company, and it's not only attraction, but it's as well challenging talents. So I'm quite used to go to IIM Ahmedabad, ISB, IIM Bangalore. I've been all around because I've been living 4 years and a half myself in India. So I moved out 3 years ago. So I know how many talents there are in India. So I'm quite excited to see all of you presenting. And please expect a lot of challenging questions, but I'm expecting a lot of very smart answers. Good? I wish everyone all the best.
Next up, we have Karthik. Hello, Karthik.
Yeah, first of all, thank you for that introduction. Kratika never introduces me this way. She goes, Karthik's here. This is what the meeting is about. So I think we're being more formal than we've ever been, but we're trying to put our best foot forward. She's already introduced me. It's an absolute pleasure to be here with all of you. I was getting some numbers in the back. I think we had a total of 13,000 applicants. 1,100 came through. And today we have 26. 26. That's amazing. So congratulations, first of all, to getting this far. As Rama put it, and if I can draw a parallel with our culture, we're a culture that believes incredibly in meritocracy. And the fact that a professor from IIM Ahmedabad is candidly admitting that IIM Ahmedabad is not here only speaks to how meritocratic the process was. Apology, Rama, that IIM Ahmedabad couldn't make it, but I'm sure next year Rama will take back some coaching to the students. So Kritika asked me to reflect a little bit on this second edition of this beautiful initiative. The last time it was called the Bud Challenge. Over a period of 5 years with COVID in between, we kicked off this amazing sustainability initiative called Sustainability 100+. These are effectively state and federal level dialogues that take place with stakeholders, speaking in a very collaborative way about what the future of sustainability in India could look like. And therefore, we took the same brand called 100+, and we decided to turn our campus sustainability challenge into the same one. We were as fond of the Bud Challenge, but we're more fonder about what 100+ could mean, because this time we bring in the spirit and the entrepreneurial nature of young India, whereas the Sustainability 100+ dialogues are very much people who are already in this space. This day is as much about us getting excited with what you're bringing to the table as it is an opportunity for you to get to know ABInBev better. I think amongst other objectives like crowning a winner, we're also going to be quite keenly looking at people who could also become part of the organization, and I'm sure this works both ways. Our 3-point mantra, if you will, for people that we get excited about are people who are bold, ambitious, and curious. This is part of our unique sort of selling proposition and the things we look for. But today, as Kritika asked me to give some expectations, the expectations would be enjoy the day. You worked pretty hard to get here. We have an amazing happy hour in the evening where you'll get to finally have our products. It's the other reason why we don't miss people from IIM Ahmedabad, because they almost always have never had any of our ABInBev products. So they would have got very excited if they were here, but too bad. We'll send Rama back with some vouchers so that the next time they go back to Delhi or Bangalore, they can have some beers. But through the course of the day, I think this is also an opportunity for you guys showing us how you've really dreamt big. This is something that has excited me about this company for over 18 years. We also love people who think about their own business as their own and have a longer-term horizon. It's also something that excites me about the business. And in Indian context, something that we're quite passionate about is building a business for 100 years that will almost always have to make that very important choice of not taking shortcuts. The easiest thing to do in India to win is cut corners, take shortcuts, particularly with rules, compliance, and this is something that we take a great deal of pride that ABInBev is the benchmark multinational in India that operates with a philosophy that we could shut our business down tomorrow and leave. But we won't compromise on the way we want to run our business, which is above board and in a manner that all of us can go back home and feel very proud when we talk about our company to our loved ones. So on that note, I promise the team I'll give back them some time because I'm the reason we caused a delay in the start of this. So wishing all of you the very best for the day. And thank you very much to Iggy, who's traveled all the way from Hong Kong for this day. There were other agenda points as well, but we'll give him the benefit of doubt that amongst other things, he was also excited about this. Rod, who's a partner in crime, trying to think about how more Indians can have ABInBev products within arm's reach. I borrowed slightly shamelessly from Coca-Cola, but we're trying to put a Budweiser within arm's reach of most people in India. And Rod's got a very busy agenda traveling to Calcutta and Hyderabad, but he still made the time. And of course, Rama, who's always an absolute pleasure to be with. I was speaking to one of our younger marketeers, and I told her that, if you're into books, I could recommend a few. She's quite intrigued over which one. And I said, well, I haven't thought through what the labels are, but I know one, and you might meet the author of this one today. When I was starting up in marketing, one of the first books I was told to read, almost because it's a must read, was We Are Like This Oni And so around the time this was authored by Rama, and I think you had a new edition come through 4 years ago. And I was telling this young budding marketer of ours that you should probably get your hands on it, because if you want to understand India, you just got to go through the 200 pages and change. Lots and lots of data. So it's an absolute pleasure, Rama, to have you here. We've all been influenced by your work growing up as marketers. And to keep the running joke alive, I'm sure Rama will go back and rub it in on the I Am Ahmedabad group on why they didn't make it. So thank you very much.
Cool. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. All the best again to all the finalists. We'll start with the first presentation.
Okay, so judges, our first presenters are from SPJIMR Mumbai.
So, basis the consumer insights that we've understood so far and ABInBev's principle of leading the change, we've curated a premium ready-to-drink cocktail range named Amay. It's made of gin, but there's a twist. We've infused it with kombucha. It's a 2,000-year-old tea formulation known for its gut and immunity benefits. It is an acquired taste, but has properties that blend well with fruits. So our range is going to have fruity flavors. With respect to the launch strategy, we are thinking of no shortcuts. We want to win hearts. So since we want to build a digital community, we want to make sure that we're there on social media. Like we had one event in Delhi called Gin Explorers Club, or even Farmers Market.
Last thing is, all this we'll be able to do by just one principle. We have mentioned a lot of principles, and we believe Amay would be a success for one thing. It's because we're powered by great people, and we have a diverse team. Thank you.
Please come forward. Well done, both of you. Let's give them a round of applause, everybody, once again. I have no idea how this works, but anyways, judges, the floor is open to questions. Who has a question? Please ask them now.
So I'm a bit curious about your target audience. The man has to be a postgraduate in order to drink this. The woman can be a graduate. The man has to be 30 years old. The woman has to be 24 years old, etc., etc. And there seems to be an assumption that women who are young, graduate, working professionals, sophisticated, will not prefer hard alcohol. I've seen a lot of them say, give me a double scotch or a single malt. I've had a horrible day with my boss. So where are you getting all these assumptions about consumers from?
So they were basically consumer personas that we've built from the consumer research that we did. So we actually went to a few cafes that we have in Mumbai. One of them was Grandmama's, where we interviewed a few people who were having a drink over there. And apart from that, what we're looking at are people who are experimentative, they're young, and we're also looking at people who want to consume alcohol like a regular affair, but are health conscious of high alcoholic content or the hangovers that they have the next day. So we've just, keeping that in mind, we've taken the personas over here so that it's easy to imagine what the consumers would look like. And these are a few personas that we interviewed during our process. So that's what we've put on the slides.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give them a round of applause. And let's bring on our next set of presenters from IIM Calcutta. They call themselves UK 1507.
Seeing you after a long time, would you want to go out for drinks with us?
No, hey yourself, but I'm not going out with you, since every time you guys go out for drinks, you have fun, and I'm the one who feels left out. So ABInBev is the world's largest beer company, but it's high time they become the world's largest beverage company. Now coming to our structured way of going to the product, what we did was we moved into the segment of non-alcoholic. The reason being that there has been an increasing trend where people are trying to shift to more healthier choice after COVID, and they are also trying to curb their alcohol content. Also, there is also limitation to the number of options that are available. Finally, after all this thorough analysis, we moved towards sparkling water. So here's presenting to you Raga, our homegrown sparkling water. Sing hello to healthy hydration. It has added minerals and vitamins, it has 0 sugar and 0 calories, and it's made in India, sourced in India. Raga is different, but people own up to it because they are bold. And while others are drinking alcohol and other drinks, let's give a cheers and have Raga.
Coming to our offerings, we have 3 key offerings right now: Elevate, Descent, and Vibe. And these have different distribution channels, but they would be primarily present on e-com, quick-com, own website, HoReCa, and traditional retail. And we believe that at-home consumption will be 80% and out-of-home 20%. So what we'll do is we will not say what Raga is. We'll just have Raga omnipresent on all different channels. And then we will start educating the customers on what carbonated water actually is, sparkling water actually is.
I think, like what you said at the beginning, right? And I think it's your joke, but I think it's a fundamental question. Is at the beginning, you guys are like playing here, right? So you're asking her out, and she said like, "Oh, I'm not going to go out because I feel left out." And the proposition here, apparently, this is the need, right, that you want to fulfill. Is someone that doesn't drink alcohol, that is still want to be in the group, right? And enjoying the night, enjoying the get together without getting without drinking alcohol. But then the proposition is a sparkling water that is not supposed to be premium, so you're positioning well below the international brands like Perrier and so on. And how to link this? So how to link feel included as part of the group, how to answer this need with sparkling water that it's not premium in terms of price, that, how to differentiate it, right, from other options that she might have, like a juice or like a soft drink or like an energy drink. How to differentiate it? Because at the end, it's the sparkling water, right? So.
Yes, so Rod, what we are giving here is a mafia offer. So no other brand currently offers trendiness, sustainability, as well as healthiness in the same package. And that is where we are playing at. So we've seen this trend that people, when they go out, they feel that we wouldn't be able to adhere to our healthiness values, nor our sustainable values. Because the cans or even the PET bottles that other brands come in, they would destroy their sustainable values in the first place. And also, the juices and other soft drinks that you mentioned, they are not that healthy. So that is what we are playing at. We will offer something that is too good to be true. Now, when it comes to premiumization, we're actually positioned well above in terms of premiumness to the other brands that are currently available here, that are local brands. When it comes to the ultra-premium brands that are like Perrier sparkling water, so these are placed very high. And we are just placed below them to undercut them. But it is not like that we would not be premium. And one reason why we would be premium is because of the brand personality. And one evident case is the packaging. You can see that it is very trendy. And also the way that we are marketing ourselves to the people. We are using very quirky tactics. We are accidentally launching ourselves. So all of these together would resonate with the customer while giving it a trendy feel. I hope that answers the question.
Okay, great. Let's bring on our next set of presenters. They call Third Alliance, IIT Delhi. Please show up. Welcome.
Vrevana, the millet beer that's good for you and the planet. Vrevana is a millet-based beer that it is an alcoholic beverage made out of millets. Millets are the sustainable super grain. They are gluten-free, they are nutritious, and they are also eco-friendly.
So we believe that distribution plays an important role in one's success in the beer industry. Luckily, we have ABI's distribution network backing us. So we'll be leveraging that to reach the communities across the country. Secondly, we also plan on collaborating with smaller local vendors, which will help us tap into key markets. And also, it will help us pitch our brand as a sustainable product.
After 1 year, when we've established ourselves as a brand, then we'll aim for local geographical expansion, within which the goal is to expand to other metro cities and tier 1 cities and reduce the concept of both craft beer and millet-based craft beer in those cities, gaining more market, right? So the acquisition strategy here is a bit different. We want to get the attention of more people. So the acquisition strategy largely looks like collaborating with FACE, events, organizations promoting tribes and competitions, etc., etc. Finally, once we've also captured this market, the last phase that is left is product diversification and pan-India expansion, right? Herein, we'll be trying to expand into more flavors as we already discussed. These flavors will be again meticulously crafted to the taste of the Indian palate so that people can relate to those flavors. And lastly, we'll finally be able to leverage ABI's full distribution capabilities, and using those, we'll be able to reach pan-India and offer us product pan-India.
Okay, great. Let's go.
Just one correction, and I'll quickly hand over to the rest. You mentioned there was overlap on barley and millet growing areas, which is not true. So barley in India is mostly North India, which is what you mentioned, Rajasthan, Haryana, while millets is mostly a South Indian thing, because it's the semi-arid region that it's grown in. So Karnataka is actually a very big millet grower in many ways. So that was just one correction. And then when you chose millet, did you also find out why it's not the most used material, product or commodity in a way to make beer? If yes, what did you find in that? And you also mentioned gluten-free as one of the factors. Did you also evaluate that being as something which will attract consumers? Because it does in certain regions of the world, but is it relevant in India?
Sure.
Just two quick ones.
Firstly, in terms of the correction, right? Totally valid.
How did you establish that this is something the consumers need?
Again, the market for this, the reason we established this is something that the consumers will probably like. The market for these millet brewing companies, again, Great State Ale in Bangalore, is increasing, right? Their revenues are increasing. We also had a talk.
How fast? What's the growth?
We don't really have I don't really remember the exact numbers right now. I'm so sorry. But they are growing at a significant enough pace for them to want to continue and introduce more flavors. Secondly, in Africa, which is again a major millet consuming region of the world, millet beer is already.
Sure, I heard that. I mean, understood in Africa it's big, but in India, doesn't sound like we have a solid reason that consumers need it? Or is it more an assumption that we are extrapolating from Africa?
Adding to what Chirag said, as mentioned in the slide, the millet consumption has grown, at-home millet consumption has grown by over 5 times in the last 10 years, right? So this also shows the millet is consumed in diets of the Indian people, right? So, and this was similar was the case with the Africa thing. So
okay, just a reflection. Yeah. I think there needs to be a little more research. Increase in the millet consumption may not necessarily translate into the beer. Yes. And second, because we are out of time, even on the price point, I felt there was a little confusion. Are we targeting a value product? Are we targeting a premium product? I wasn't clear there. So just a reflection that you can take away. But thank you.
Well done, guys. Well done.
Thank you.
Right. Thank you. Okay. Next up, our team is called Team Endurance.
So we know that ABInBev has mastered the art of brewing, and we recommend that they come up with a millet-based lager beer, and we've named it Heritage Hops. Now the alcohol by volume recommendation for this particular beer is 4%. We have come up with 2 flavors, Citrus Sun and Kokum Zest, which is a tropical fruit from Kerala.
How about the timeline for the launch? So we have a phased launch. Firstly, we'll be doing the research and development. Next, we'll be identifying a pilot market in which we'll be doing a pilot run. Firstly with one flavor, and next up with another flavor of Kokum Zest, which will be done primarily in the southern markets. And next, we will be basis our results from our pilot run. We will be launching it in nationwide.
Now, as an alternate bet, especially for the Beyond Beer category, we have envisioned a ready-to-drink tea named which is a kombucha, but we have imagined it in the kokum flavored, and we have renamed it as Kokombucha. Now, our Kokombucha can act as a soft drink, a cocktail mixer, hangover cure, or a probiotic.
Why did you propose 2 ideas? The only team who, I don't know if the others will. So which is the bigger bet? You know, if we say we want to do 1. So which one would you do?
It's definitely millet beer and not the Kokombucha, because when we read the case, then we thought that something on so we thought about a millet beer in terms of an alcohol in the alcohol category, but the Beyond Beer segment was in itself it was very attractive to us. So Kokombucha was something that came naturally, and that's why we had an alternate bet.
So thank you very much. Bless you. Well done. All right, next up, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome from GIM Goa, Team Brewers.
OS is our product. It's a triumph of new product development that resonates with your taste, values, and lifestyle. So we've brought in a refreshing flavors like Gondraj lemon from Bengal. We've gotten kokum, we've got hibiscus. We've mixed all of these flavors to create 3 different flavors of offerings.
Our approach to amplify our message through all channels will have a keen focus on ATL strategies. We aim to reach the maximum audience, captivating them with our unique offerings. To bring our product to life, we are activating at social events. In line with our commitment to offering variety, we are launching variants that highlight local flavors. These not only cater to diverse preferences but also serve as a healthy alternative to our existing options.
Low sugar, low alcohol seems like a good place to go. But then I became a bit confused as the slides went on. I think the first one, generally speaking, when you have very busy packaging, it's counterintuitive to kind of a premium positioning. And I saw you had 4 or 5 different designs, very, very different visual designs. So let me give you the 3 questions I have, and then I'll let you tackle them. So the first one is, what was kind of the thought process around the packaging? Is it that you had gone through different options and you couldn't decide which one to place? So they're teasers. If so, which one would you select? So that's the first line of reasoning. The second one is around, the detail around the returnable, or the detail around bottle versus can. So I love the we can, very catchy. But did you think about returnable bottles as opposed to one-way bottles, right? Of course, from a recycling perspective, from a transportation perspective, cans are better than one-way bottles. But a returnable bottle system is 100 times better, right? I'm just using hyperbole. I don't know if that's the exact ratio. I'm sure my colleagues here can correct me. And then the third one, when you think about your ambition for the brand, I saw you were looking at 10% market share in year 1. I know of very few launches without an infinite amount of money that can generate 10% market share in any market. So I'd like to hear a little bit your thoughts around the launch plan and how you get there.
Okay, answering to the first question about the packaging, we have not, while launching the product, it would not be a premium category. First, it was a value product, and from there, as we phase out to the next cities, it would turn into premiumization. Initially, the product is a neutral spirit-based flavored with indigenous flavors. It's basically water with Indian flavors, no sugar. As we move to the premium category with variant launch, that's when you see a different packaging as you see. So in the next phases, when we are talking about premiumization, that's where fermentation comes into play, where probiotics come into play in our brand.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right, let's get started. This is from IIM Mumbai. The team's called Trinity.
With the problem statement we have on our hand today is to launch a beverage for ABInBev that use local ingredients, that is sustainable and also has an Indian essence to it. So we began our journey by first analyzing the market scenario. Indian alcoholic beverage industry is at $35 billion US, it's growing at a rate of 12.4% CAGR. In that, beer industry is at a US $7 billion, which is growing at a rate of 9.36% CAGR. Hence, which shows that beer has a lot of growth rate in the next 4 to 5 years in India. So after that, we conducted a primary research in which we took a survey from 200 people from different geographies, and also we contacted 3 bars and restaurants and talked to them. So our insight shows that 23% people preferred beer, and for 30% people, after effects was a main impact, and 10% in our survey were regular drinkers, 90% were the social drinkers. So after analyzing all these insights, we came up with a product which is known as Lugri. It is a Himachali drink which is made up of rice. So it connects the roots of India. So in the Lugri we have 2 products, which is Pin Valley Lugri, which connects the rawness of village to the sophistication of the city, and next is the Kamsona, which is for forever bonds. So Pin Valley Lugri mainly focuses on the nominal range of the potential customer, like local restaurant bar, and also some niche alcohol enthusiasts, tourist travelers, and also people who are social media influencers and bloggers. For Kamsona, it is more of a luxury brand, and it's focusing on business executives and professionals, luxury events and planners, luxury hotels, upscale restaurant bar, gift and other things. So coming to the production process, for Lugri, the raw material used is rice, which is majorly broken rice. So for a batch of 35 kg, we did a research. It requires 3 to 4 hours for cooking. After turning brown, we cool it, and then a yeast is added, which is then filled into earthen pots, and fermentation process is done. After that, it's filled with water, and then fermentation process is done with an open lid, which is then filled into bottles. So this is a manufacturing process for Pin Valley Lugri. For the Kamsona, there are 3 other steps which we are including, like distillation, filtration, to add the smoothness to our brand. So Lugri also has certain health benefits, like promote heart health, improve digestion, and also the antioxidant properties.
So as now our product is ready, we have to launch it into the market. So we'll first start by launching it into the big music festivals, corporate events, and niche beer events like Oktoberfest, so that we can cater a large young audience of beer lovers. Then we'll push our Pindwali look especially to the supermarkets, hypermarkets, and shopping malls and experience stores, and also the e-commerce like Living Liquids. Then we'll push further to retail strategy, further to the retail stores using the existing ABInBev distribution channel. Meanwhile, we'll also use the potential of digital media with the tie-up of social influencers and campaigns, pinned Lugdi and connect to the roots of India. To expand our reach further, which we'll be having after we have established our product into the market, we'll cover the sponsorship channel, in which we'll try to sponsor the Indian teams in the Formula E. Especially we are targeting the sports, as it can bring up the next image for our product. So this will be our sales strategy, in which we'll be using corporate channels, HoReCa, retail shops and pop shops, especially in the music festivals.
Thank you very much, guys. Well done. Thank you very much. Awesome. Let's bring on our final team that's going to be presenting. Ladies and gentlemen, ABInBev. Boys, what are your names?
I'm Akshay.
Costa.
We are team The Titans from ABInBangalore. So we start with looking at the key trends in the Indian beer market. We are seeing this market grow at a CAGR of around 12% and expect it to reach around $10 billion by 2027. Moving on, to understand the customer wants and needs, we conducted 10 in-depth interviews and came up with two personas. One is of Sanjay, who is a 37-year-old living in Tier 1 city. He's a family man who drinks beers at social gatherings and family gatherings. He is willing to pay a premium for Indian brands and products. Second is the persona of Parnika, who is a 26-year-old working professional in Tier 1 city, who occasionally hosts house parties and goes clubbing every weekend, and is really willing to try fruit-flavored beers such as mango and pineapple.
So thus, we introduce our brand, Indulge Elixir, redefining your business beer experience by indulging in its rich color, smooth taste, and exotic aroma. We identified various states from where we can source our fruits across Indian states. And also we identified certain cities and states where we can introduce our product in the initial phase. So these would be Bangalore, Goa, Mumbai, Gurgaon, and Delhi.
For our brand's products, we need to have a three-pronged approach. If we look at the retail strategy, that would involve increasing retailers' awareness and our shelf space visibility across supermarket chains such as Spencer's, which is present in all the 5 cities that we are targeting. Secondly, the second pillar would be the experiential marketing pillar. We need to showcase and sample our products at luxury clubs and lounges, at luxury hotels such as Taj and Lalit, and also become sponsors for events such as Lollapalooza and Sunburn, which have high footfalls of around 1 lakh per year, and are premium events.
Okay, lovely. Thank you, boys. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of all the presentations of this 100+ challenge. Genuinely, did you guys have a good time? Yes or no? Well done. Let's start. Yeah. We'll just have our judges come up and speak.
Probably just summarizing 2 or 3 things which stood out also as learnings. One, also always do the life cycle assessment. Few of you were doing it well. A few of you also had access to a lot of life cycle studies, but probably didn't interpret it correctly. But that was good to see everyone sort of taking that approach in many ways. That was one thing. The other thing was always peeling layers of onions, right? Just don't stop at the second buy or the third buy. The moment you ask yourself 4 or 5 buys, you'll realize that you're getting much better strategies and business cases coming up. So those were 2 things, and overall I think very interesting, very bold in terms of what you chose as categories also, the kind of research you did, the kind of insights you were getting. I was very happy with that. So thank you.
Yeah, I think they were all on a very high standard indeed. But me, it's always they'll mange more. I think it comes from teaching bunches of guys like you. So my scribbles are, I would have liked to see more customer centricity
in terms of what is the key insight, what is the why by me, what is that one assumption about the customer, which if it goes wrong, or if it goes right, you go to heaven, if it goes wrong, you go back to the drawing board. So I think I struggled a bit to look for that. Then again, I have made a comment about coherence, that it is different parts of your strategy have to talk to each other. So it's not like different sections were made by different people in the team. I mean, they have to talk to each other. So why by me has got to talk to who is this meant for, has got to talk to how do I communicate it. So it can't be that every different silo is how do I differentiate on this silo. So coherence, I think I want to see. I think a lot of categories were really interesting from a market creation point of view. But if your first slide is the beer industry in India is growing at X%, and who grows the market, right? If ABInBev, God forbid, never happened, has a really bad year, the beer category. So all in all, thank you. I've learned a lot. I'm going to ask them how many of these they can actually do. But thanks very much. I had a really good day, and good luck to all of you.
It's tough to follow, Rama, but I'll try. In terms of, first and foremost, I think everyone should be really proud what you got on the table. Each one of you have put in so much amount of effort, so I think all of you deserve a big round of applause for first putting that. I see some nervous faces, guys. It's being here is a big feat, I must say. So let's not forget that. There was like 15,000 people who registered, and only, I think, if I can say 10 into 3, broadly 30 people are in the room. So it's a big feat. Secondly, I will echo some of the things and try not to repeat. First and foremost is, why will ABI want to do it? I think that should be very, very clear. Why are they not doing it today? Again, that should be something you should challenge yourself, understand. And, if they're not doing it today, what are the reasons behind it? Because I think some of the questions were the strategic fit to ABInBev. I think in some of the presentations I was missing a beat or two. Because we are out in the open, at least in India, we have talked about our strategy very, very openly, which is premiumization, wanting to lead and grow the category. We've talked about a forte in Beyond Beer, and there also we are not spraying and praying. We are very carefully choosing the categories we are wanting to enter. So I think I was missing a little bit of a strategic intent of why ABI can do it or should do it, right? So that was one. I think another point I would say is I was missing more on the consumer, and me and Rama were chatting during some presentations. I think we should get away from this pen portrait, 25-year-old men, women living in cities doing that. I think we need to start talking about occasions, because sometimes, I behave my consumption habits are very different in an office versus in my home versus with my friends versus somewhere else. So I'm the same person, but I drink so much, in terms of my beverage choices are so different. So I think our consumer evolution has to happen. And I go back to the, marketing basics on STP, right? If I just go back to our B school learnings, I think I was a little bit missing who is the segment, what is the targeting, and positioning. Some people talked about it, so I'll maybe let that go. But I really wanted to know more about my consumer in some of the presentations. I felt we were not talking about it. But I'm very, very, very happy to see the output. Happy to see all of you here, and hopefully a lot of you and some of you definitely. I'll be very proud to call as my future colleagues as well. So congratulations on making it so far. Thanks.
So again, first of all, congratulations, and thanks for the effort that you guys put. I think I was learning about the process, and I think it was quite a fast, right, process for you to being selected, prepare the business case, and bring the presentation today. So I was quite impressed with the amount of data and amount of ideas that you guys are able to put together. So it shows, right, the potential that these people here have. So I think you should be very proud of that. I think one thing that everybody was common in the presentation, and I think we should be careful when bringing business ideas, is like everybody was going to premium. Everybody was going to very quick capturing 10%, 15% market share, but using a very traditional channels, route to market, very traditional, not being very careful on how much is it going to cost to hire the hottest celebrity and put your product in the top 10 bars in India. So I think this it's a little bit point of attention concerning, because I like that you guys are bold to bring, like, I want to grow, I want to be number one. I want to be premium. But at the same time, as a business point of view, it needs to be more practical, right? I mean, what it really makes sense. Why nobody that today was launching a specific type of beer, as fruity or stout, or and was able to capture 10% of the market share like this, right? So why? So I think these questions need to be answered, and how to be more practical, how to have this business common sense to make sure that what we propose is something that we can implement and we can make it happen. And it's not going to be stuck like, okay, it's going to cost $100 million to buy all the celebrities and bars, but I'm not going to be able to generate this in 10 years. So it's not going to work. So how can we make it more practical? I think that's my comment.
Thank you, Rod, and thank you everyone for the reflections. So first of all, really, really excited to see all the presentations. I believe it was hardly 3 weeks that you had to put all of this together, which honestly looked like at least 2 to 3 months worth of effort. So it was wonderful to see a lot of research that you guys had done. Some of you had also done the sample surveys, etc. So great. Adding on to what my fellow jury members said, firstly, I think the scalability angle, what is sounding to you right now very interesting and maybe someone has not done, may also be a reason because there is not enough of the raw material, or once you do it on large scale, it may not turn out. So that's a critical element, which brings me to my next point. Were you presenting here as students, here to win money and PPI, or were you thinking like owners? If I really had to put my money behind this idea, is it fully proof? So that was the thing that I felt some of you could have thought through a little more. Next, couldn't agree more with Rama, Vineet, and all the other jury members who said about sustainability. It sounded more like that we were fitting a pillar because the name of the case study was 100 plus sustainability, but truly embedding it, because if you can't justify it in your idea today, tomorrow you will find it difficult, because in ABI, that's how we think. Don't be. You did an amazing job. Have more passion, energy in the idea that you're presenting, because if you don't believe your idea, no one will. And on that note, let's catch up at happy hours.
Fall in love with the problem, not the solution. If you get the problem right, the rest is just extra work, and you'll get there, right? And then maybe the final point is, the little details, right, go a long way. So you don't want to commit to any little detail until you have the insights to support it, right, and the confidence to know that that's going to make a difference. So start big picture, right? Again, going back to maybe Rama's comment on coherence, which I thought was lovely. Start with the big picture, make sure those things tie together, and then spend all the necessary time over the next weeks, months, or the rest of your lives, right, if that becomes the case, to land the rest. But amazing work today. I was really impressed. 10 great presentations, lots of excitement. I love the energy, the creativity. I think you can't underestimate.
I only have 3 things to say. First of all, I was very happy with the energy of the presenters. It was really, I know you were nervous, but very good energy. 2, only 2-3 weeks of preparation. When we fired questions, the answers were, whoa, you guys really studied a lot. I think some of you worked day and night. 3, why I'm so happy to be back in India, why I'm so happy to be here. I can see a lot of talented and smart people who will be presenting. So great future ahead of you guys. Let's catch up with a beer, and congratulations to all of you.
All right, so we'll do the winner announcement now. We'll start with the second runner-up first, then the first runner-up, and finally the national winner. Do you want to do guesses, or do we just directly jump into it? All right, can we have drum rolls, please? So for, oh wow, nice. So for the second runner-up, I first want to invite Ashwin and Tanvi on the stage. If you could just join. All right. So the second runner-up is guesses from the audience. Just take a college name. Come on, that has to be the winner, no? Sorry. Any guesses? Guys, put your names at least. Okay, we are running out of drum rolls, so I'll just get into it. The second runner-up for the 100 plus grand finale for 2023 is Team Mavericks from SP Jain. have some more excitement for the first runner-up now. Come on. Woo! All right, just going to invite Vineet and Wouter to join us on the stage for this one. Any guesses again? Okay, sure. Other guesses? Okay, any others? Sure, so the 100 Plus Grand Finale 2023 first runner-up is Team Endurance from XLRI Jamshedpur. Woo! Congratulations, team. Now do we do better guesses for the winners? Guys, national winners, 5 lakh rupees, lots of goodies and PPIs. Okay, is it possible to stand for the national winners? I think they deserve it. 13,000 plus registrations, 1,100 teams and the top team for today. Do we have more guesses coming in? Okay, are there more? Okay. All right, are we ready for the national winners? So the national winner for 100 Plus Grand Finale 2023 is Team UK 1507 from IIM Calcutta. Woo!